with liberty and justice for all.
We will call this meeting of West Burlington City Council to order with the date of October 4th. Roll call.
Crowner.
Here.
Raleigh.
Here.
Heitmeyer.
Here.
Lees.
Here.
Waterman.
Here.
Need a motion to perfect and approve the agenda.
So moved.
Support.
Motion with support. Roll call.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Heitmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Approved. We need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Motion approved consent.
Support.
Motion with support. The consent agenda includes 6 items. Number 1 is to approve the minutes from the regular city council meeting on September 30th. Approve officer rules attendance at the CTK interview and interrogation training. Approve Fire Chief Ryan's attendance at the Iowa Homeland Security Conference. Approve payment to the Quad City Analytical Services. Approve the clerk's monthly financial report for August. And approve claims listed in the amount of $109,848.35. Roll call.
Heitmeyer.
Aye.
Lees.
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Crowner. Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion approved. We'll go on to staff reports. Mr. Gifford is gone this evening, so we'll start with Randy.
I don't have a lot. We've been taking a lot of trees down. I think this week alone we've taken down, 6 or 7. Brad's been trying to stay ahead of the leaves, especially with they've been talking about getting some heavy rain, so we're trying to keep the leaves cleaned up off the street so we don't have issues with that. And if I have to leave here before too long, which I don't think I will, we've got a main break over on Spring Street, so that's all I have.
Anybody have any questions for Randy? Well, it seems like we go for a long time without any breaks, and now we've just got them.
Well, I think it's just so dry right now that it's just causing us issues. The ground's starting to crack and things are starting to move, kind of like it does in the middle of winter when it gets really cold.
At least it's warm.
That's right.
Police Department, Frank.
I'm just going to say something about this weekend. Our reserve officers, all 7 of them, it was kind of an emotional time out at Great River Medical Center. There was probably about 50 people out there, and I was very proud of our reserves. All 7 of them came in to assist and keep things calm out at the hospital. I'm referring to the discharge of the weapon of Burlington Police Department. It was very emotional, but they kept it well, calm, and everything worked out very well out there at the hospital. So.
Does anybody have anything else for Frank? And Sean's not here. Boy, it's just a skeleton crew tonight.
Just I was walking in the door, they were going on a run, I heard the sirens going.
So, Kelly, you have anything?
No.
Leslie?
Just getting ready for an IPERS audit and working with Angela on the building permits, kind of going through those.
I was going to tell you, I like that new financial report that you had. I liked how it was.
That's the one that Kelly prints.
That's mine.
No, it was on my thing.
I think that's on the consent.
Yes.
That's mine.
Was that yours? Well, good job.
Thanks.
Nice. Sorry.
That's Leslie's work condensed into my report.
Well, it was easy to follow. I appreciate that. Rod, do you have anything for the
I don't
meeting?
have anything.
Rick?
No.
Royce?
Nope.
Nope.
Al?
Good.
All right, we're moving on. Anybody in the citizens for inquiries? No. All right. Then I'll read another proclamation. We'll see how well the voice holds out. This proclamation is for Domestic Violence Awareness Month. says, whereas domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking affects women, children, and men of all racial, cultural, and economic backgrounds, causing long-term physical, psychological, and emotional harm. And whereas 1 in 3 Americans have witnessed an incident of domestic violence, and whereas children who experience domestic violence are at a higher risk for failure in school, mental illness, substance abuse, suicide, and may choose violence as a way to solve problems later in life. And whereas domestic violence in rural communities exists as a hidden, silent, and often unrecognized crime that is often underreported. And whereas through the inspiration, courage, and persistence of victims of domestic violence, their children and advocates, our communities are learning to recognize the impact of violence in the home and intimate relationships. And whereas the Domestic Violence Intervention Program has worked to end violence in intimate relationships for more than 37 years through the collaborative partnerships of advocates, volunteers, local municipalities, criminal justice, health and human services, faith communities, business leaders, and private citizens. And whereas our community's achievements should be commended, we must continue our commitment to respect and support victims of domestic violence and to prevent future violence in our community. Now therefore, I, Therese Lees, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of West Burlington, do hereby proclaim October 2017 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month throughout West Burlington and urge our citizens to work together to eliminate domestic violence, dating violence, and stalking from our community. All right. We'll move on to new business.
Brad is here with,
Oh, I'm sorry.
there was a lady coming from Iowa City, and she just emailed me and said she was running late, so, but Brad's here for locally from,
Yeah,
with,
my name is Brad Koenig, and I'm the local.
You can come up here and sit down.
My voice is loud enough, I think. So again, my name is Brad Koenig, and I'm the local domestic abuse advocate here in Des Moines County. Some of the things we do, we work specifically with victims of domestic violence. We provide counseling services, advocacy services through law enforcement. We've worked with Chief Newberry in the past and his officers. Everybody's been fantastic and really just, been over backwards and to help us out, give us information, things along that nature. But we help people through legal systems, just all kinds of things. And everything is, every person's story is a little bit different, and kind of depending on what they need from us, we try to provide for them. So, hey,
Sorry, I'm late. I'm driving.
I know that's kind of vague, but like I said, each person's story and thing that happened to them is a little bit different. Some people get a hold of us, and all they need is somebody to talk to. There's actually people that we work with that we've never met before. We only talk to them on the phone, but that's what they need. Some people, if there's an arrest made, they need help navigating through the legal system. If they want help getting a protection order, they will call us and ask us, to help them take them to the courthouse and navigate through that process and things of that nature. So that's kind of a nutshell of what we do.
Yeah, I have a few things to say.
Sure.
Hi, I'm Alta.
They just had one
I'm
else.
the Director of Community Engagement for DBIP. I apologize. We had a project and an emergency that I was dealing with, so I left about 10 minutes late. Thank you so much for your time tonight. As Brad said, we serve in lots of different ways. I gave you guys a brochure that talks about our different services that we provide in all 8 counties. And then we also have the sheet that I gave you regarding Des Moines County specifically. And I just wanted to highlight one number for you all. The total served in Des Moines County directly was 164 individuals, and that was just for fiscal year 2017. So just from July 1st to June 30th. So that's quite a number of individuals. And those services, as Brad mentioned, covered everything from hospital advocacy to police advocacy, hotline phone calls, and emergency sheltering. What we've been doing at the other city councils and proclamations is opening it up for any questions y'all have. I'd be happy to answer any of those for you. Nobody? You guys are quiet. I think you're my quietest group. The second page, and you can interrupt me anytime, the second page y'all have is our event calendar. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is why we're here. And these are the events that are happening here in Des Moines County. So we have a number of events actually going on this weekend. We have the Flapjack fundraiser happening in Burlington at Applebee's on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We have our Shop for Safety event at both Hy-Vees, and that is from 11:30 until it gets slow. That event, all of the items that we get there stay within Des Moines County. And
Basically, the gist of that is that we'll have a short list of things when patrons enter the store that we ask them to possibly buy an extra item to donate to us, in turn to donate to victims here in Des Moines County.
So that's everything from diapers to formula to food items to
laundry
toilet
soap.
paper. All of the things that you use in your home, we use in ours.
Did you bring tickets with you?
I don't have any. I'm sold out personally. I know we'll have some at the door.
Right.
I don't know if Brad, did you bring tickets?
I don't have any in my van, but I could meet you anywhere tomorrow or Friday.
Give me a phone number before you leave. would you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna say you
Appreciate
can
that.
always, we'll take walk-ins. It's Applebee's, so they're not gonna run out of food. That's sort of the great thing about having it there. And I know that they do that for a lot of amazing organizations here.
What's the time on that again?
It's 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
And
Do you deliver?
I can give you all my phone number. It's
Okay.
Do you deliver?
Right, I wish.
It's
All right.
319-520-0554.
Can we make out a check
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, you can pay at the door
to your organization?
Yeah, because we have to write a check directly to Applebee's. So if you make the check payable to DVIP, that would be awesome. And those funds that we raise at that event also stay here in Des Moines County and help Brad and Allison do the great work that they're doing down here with your community. Any other questions?
Well, thanks for making us aware of it. Proclamation, I scratched out Hans's name and put mine in there since, he's gallivanting around.
I did have one additional question for you all.
Sure.
Don't mind me asking, if that's okay. And I'm happy to stick around afterward. I don't want to take any more of your time right now. But as a community engagement department, our goal is to create meet and greets, to have conversations with the community that we're serving. As I mentioned, I'm from Iowa City. I drove down for this. This is my third trip down here this week. Our goal is to connect with you guys. You know your community better than I ever will, and part of how individuals find out about our resources is by word of mouth. So if you wouldn't mind sharing with me some contacts, some organizations, if I should go to the quilting place on the corner, or if I should stop by a beauty salon, or anything like that in your community, I would love to hear it. And another thing, in Fort Madison last night, the mayor actually offered to put us a link to our website on the city's website, just in a way to try and create more awareness and more conversation so that we can serve your residents better. So if you wouldn't mind letting me know, I have my cards available, and I'll be here all night. So.
I think Brad is our handy dandy IT man, and he could link you to our website.
He's probably back in that little dark room, but if you
I
want
was
to leave
like,
it.
I don't.
He's in that
I
little
believe
room
you.
right behind.
I will talk to that wall if you'd like me to. No, I'll check in with him then before I
He's
go.
looking up now.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so anything you have, any input, feedback, thoughts, connections, if there's a dentist that knows everybody in town, I'd love to talk with them. So thank you so much for your time.
I think Thanks for driving down.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
Now you can put it on autopilot. You can put your car in autopilot. You got the,
I know, that would be nice if we had some of those. I could get work done while I drove. I stayed focused, I drove. So, thank you so much.
Thanks again.
thanks for coming.
Nice seeing you again, Chief.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, so now we'll move on to the new business. Item number 1 is to consider payment to Snyder and Associates for engineering services related to the wastewater treatment plant and lift station improvements in the amount of $21,075.91.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any questions or concerns that we would like to ask anybody? Roll call.
Please,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Hightmeyer.
Aye.
Item number 2 is to consider payment to French Reniker Associates for engineering services related to various street projects in the amount of $13,510. It's broke out on your request.
Motion to approve.
Pretty
Support.
motion with support. And just for the people at home, we're gonna pay $3,700 for the design work on the Broadway project, $8,160 for the agency gear project, and then $1,650 for the Ruthella Kimberly Street Creek project. Have a motion with support. Any questions or comments? Roll call, Kelly.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion carried.
Teresa, just, I should have said something during discussion. The contractor is planning on starting over at Kimberly and Melville on Monday, on that little corner there, replacing that, so. And we're gonna be putting door knockers out, so folks are aware of what's going on, so I just thought I'd throw that out there.
We've had a couple residents call and ask some questions, and Matt's been really good about getting back to them and answering all their questions for that project, so.
Okay. Oh, we might just as well get it all done at once. Item number 3 then is to consider the purchase of tables and chairs for the fire department meeting room. In the amount of, pull it up and we can tell,
53, I believe.
to exceed the cost of $5,300. I don't see where he has, an item budget number. You have it, Leslie?
He would take those out of his minor equipment account. They come out of his minor equipment. Well, 150.
While she's looking that up, does anybody have any questions or comments? I don't know who we'd ask. Sean's not here.
He has a total of 13.5 in there, but I don't know what he's given up. He's only got miscellaneous of 800. I don't see tables listed, but I'm sure he's gonna not purchase something else.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Hightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 4 is consider the purchase of a 2018 Dodge Crew Cab 4x4 for the police department. Frank, you want to explain that?
Yeah, we've talked some time about how it'd be nice to have a pickup truck for, on weekends when they get an animal or pick up even a bicycle, that they'd have a truck to be able to come back, get into, and then if a police call came in, they could not have to run back to the city garage. Like if they'd run in the city garage, pick up a truck to go pick up a bicycle to bring it here. Then if they get a call, they'd have to run back to city garage, back in their police vehicle. They'd just be able to go. And then with the cost of the pickup trucks being so low, I know the county grabbed a couple of them. They're actually lower than the Explorer. We thought this would be the opportune time to go ahead and add a pickup truck to the day shift patrol and be available for all the rest of the guys for pick up and switch over. Anyway, talking to Dan, and I did get bids from Dairy Brothers for Chevrolets. I did get Schott and Kurt for Ford, and then Dodge, of course, from Schott and Kurt. And then just to make sure with the state price, I went up and got a bid from up in Des Moines to the people that hold the state bid, and I have these all here, but we decided on Schott and Kurt being the lowest of the bids for a pickup truck, which is just about $2,000 cheaper than Explorer.
So Schottenkirk's bid was the cheapest of all those bids?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember who mentioned putting out temporary stop signs and cones too, as needed for traffic incidents too with that.
I'd say from calling a street shop person, and I think, what do you get, 2 hours overtime for just a minimum call out?
You can use it. The only problem I have with Dodge at that time, you can ask them and see if they would somehow undercoat that or Z-bar it. I don't know if they do it anymore, but I noticed that some of the Dodges now rust,
Okay.
and I've seen a lot of the newer ones for some reason, I don't know why. And I've just been noticing it more and more just with the Dodges and that.
Okay,
Maybe it's just me and somebody takes it out in the woods and tears it up and drives where I go at the same place, and then I sit there and look at a fairly decent new Dodge and it has some rust on it. So I know they used to just kind of Z-bar it, and it does make it last a little longer, but I knew they do have a little gauge, and I don't mean for us to pay for it, just to throw it into the package deal.
Okay.
There's a little contact. You strap it on your car, and it's supposed to last 2 more years
Okay.
of rusting, which is a gimmick, but that's all right. So,
I'll make a motion to approve.
Frank, how much of the old equipment are we gonna be able to?
Yeah.
Going to be able to use, it would be the same way with the Explorer because it's coming out of a Crown Vic. Be able to use of course, the arbitrator camera system, be able to use the radios. I want to switch in, we do have a light bar we could put on it, but I've put in enough to have the newer light bar upgrade to put on it. So we'll buy a new light bar, we'll have to buy a new cage, which we'd have to buy anyway. Those were all covered into it. Then the only thing that we wouldn't have to buy would be the topper, and that was $1,500. And we're saving that just in the price between the Explorer and the truck, the $1,500. So we should come under quite a bit under what the $38,000 that I put aside for the vehicle.
Support.
Motion with support. Any other questions?
So when you say we had budgeted 36.5,
Or 36.5, I'm sorry, yeah.
and then you said 38. but-
I'm sorry, that
But,
was
well, no
my
problem.
mistake.
But we budgeted that 36.5 for a new squad car, correct?
For a new squad car and for the equipment that goes inside that squad car for the
Correct.
changeover from going from a Crown
We
Vic.
didn't budget for a pickup. We budgeted for a new squad car, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I just making sure.
Yeah.
I didn't remember the discussion of the pickup back at budget time.
No, this came about, to be honest with you, I got a Ford Flyer that had a pickup truck in it. They now come out with a Pursuit pickup, as to be in a fleet. And then I got talking to Jeff White from the county, who now has 2 of them. And Chad McEwen that drives one of them said it's the best police vehicle he's driven. in his career.
So then my only concern is, if we thought we needed a squad car, and now we're not getting it, we're getting a pickup, where's that gonna put us on squad cars? That's my
We're gonna be
concern.
fine. It's going to be the same. It'd be no more different if I chose to buy a Caprice. A squad car, I put out the money hoping it to be either an Explorer or a normal with the prices of the squad cars, but it did not mean that we couldn't change the brand we were buying. Going to a car, if we decided that that's the way, the Taurus is a new one, or if they would have came out with something, or if the Tahoes would have dropped in price. All I was doing was basing it on the cheapest that I knew at the time, which was the Explorer, which was the best package deal for what we needed. But then when this pickup truck came in, $2,000 less, and we'd always talked about getting a pickup truck, and they're just now bringing pickup trucks into the police fleet.
Right.
The SSV, Special Service Vehicles is what they're called.
We could use it as a squad vehicle, just in case of one of our vehicles went down,
Correct.
that we can use this to do the same thing as what the other
I want to
ones
make it
do.
clear, this is going to be on routine patrol every day, just like it was if it was an Explorer.
There's where I was trying to get you to.
Okay,
Okay.
that's what I.
That's where
yeah.
I was leading you to,
I'm
is to
sorry.
tell me that this is gonna be
Well, there
a
you
possible
go.
squad car, not just sitting out here collecting leaves.
Oh, absolutely not. It's going to be every day, 6
Okay.
days, 6 and 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And use probably more. We were more scared that the guys would try to grab it when Eldon was off work and run it.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call, Kelly.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Motion approved.
Teresa, if we can go back to those chairs, I was looking the wrong budget book, I was looking last year, so we switched to the new one. Sean did have 5,500 budgeted in there for those chairs. Let you know, under 6725 account. Okay?
Right. Yeah, guess that's gonna.
Item number 5, consider the purchase of a topper for the new building fire vehicle.
Ryan's not here, and neither's Dan. But do we still have that other vehicle?
The Traverse,
Yeah.
it's coming down, it's in like it's on the agenda. It's number 7 discusses the Traverse and the Taurus.
Okay, but we were planning on selling those, or?
Well, that's,
That's what we're gonna talk about.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so. Yeah,
in
all
the
right.
meantime, he thinks he needs a topper for the truck.
I want to get rid of some stuff before we get some other stuff. That's what I wanted to know. So you give me a little hint that we're talking about getting rid of some stuff then?
What's that?
Then you can give me a little hint that we're getting rid of some stuff?
That's for you guys to decide.
It's on your
Okay.
agenda,
Yeah,
coming up in just a little bit.
Number 7.
he discussed.
Options for the cars, but they don't tell me.
Yeah, whether to
sell
keep
by
it or
anything.
sell it, or
Okay.
the Traverse and the Taurus.
All right.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Motion with support. Any other questions? Comments? Roll call, Kelly.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitmire,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner.
Aye.
Motion approved. Item number 6, Mike Nelson would like some money from us in the amount of $15,441.05 for the paving project on Broadway Street.
Motion to approve.
Or,
Motion with support. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Randy, how's that coming along?
They're moving along as well as can be expected. There's a lot of utilities down there. Lisco was down there today. Well, actually, the last couple days relocating some fiber to get it out of the way, and And I was talking to the inspector from French, and he said he didn't really want to give me a date when they would start paving, but he said probably if the weather stays decent, if in a week and a half, we might see them start to pave. It's all weather dependent,
Yeah.
but things are moving along pretty good down there.
Roll call, Kelly.
Knightmeyer,
Aye.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 7, here we go, Rick, is to consider options for the city car. Dan left us 3 options.
He says in his note to us that we can go several ways with this, so I will list them in order of my preference. Okay? So number 1 is his preference is to go ahead and sell the Traverse to Schottenkirk. But then doesn't say underneath that option what he would do with the Taurus. Now, it does refer to the Taurus in options 2 and 3,
Yep.
but in what he says is his number 1 option to do, he doesn't refer to the Taurus.
That, I think intention is to keep the Taurus, otherwise we would not have any city vehicle.
Keep it and use it for a year until we can budget for a new one? Is that what you
That's
think
my-
he's thinking?
That was kind of my understanding.
I don't want to speak for him, but we did discuss that on the way to Davenport last week.
Okay.
That car is still in great shape.
The Taurus is?
Yes.
Okay. So you think that's what he was thinking also? Okay.
Because you're going to get
Well,
more
I just-
money out of that Traverse.
Yeah.
And that car's old enough now that you're not going to get very much for it, and it's still mechanically sound. I mean, I drove it last week, and I drive it off and on to different classes. You can't even believe how good a shape it's in for as old a car as it is. And that would be my recommendation too, along with keeping that car.
How many miles is that Traverse, or the Ford?
It's in the, gosh,
90s?
I think it's in the 90s, yeah.
Thought it said 80,000.
80,000.
Says 80,000 in here, but
But it's getting close to 90, I think. But you wouldn't guess. I mean, it's all highway miles.
yeah.
Pretty smooth.
Fire department used to use it more, I think, but they kind of switched to using their trucks.
Well, originally the Traverse, the Traverse?
No,
Oh, the Ford?
the truck.
Taurus?
Oh, the truck.
They used to use the Taurus more, but they now kind of use the pickup trucks for traveling.
Yeah.
Well, they have to they haul their equipment lots of times too, I think.
The pickup,
Yeah, so they need the pickup
like to trainings
versus
and stuff, yeah, that's right.
Taurus.
Well, wasn't the deal we were supposed to sell the Taurus to help offset the cost of the new
Truck.
truck?
Mm-hmm. That's what Ryan was talking about.
Taurus or the Traverse?
Traverse,
Traverse.
the building inspector car, was supposed to sell
That's
for
originally
his
kind of thought.
pickup truck.
So what'd you guys take to Dubuque?
That car, the Taurus.
You did? Okay.
Actually, it was Davenport, but yeah, we took it.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And Dan took the car today to Dubuque.
Okay.
You not? Okay.
I don't care. Therese, I would make a motion that we go ahead and try to sell the Traverse to Schottenkirk and keep the Taurus for now.
I like that thought.
Support.
Motion with support to sell the Traverse to Schottenkirk and keep the Ford Taurus for our city car. Does anybody have any other questions or comments?
Note, I did not discuss that we were going to buy a new Ford Explorer next year or anything like that.
I didn't say it either. Roll call.
Lees,
Aye.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Nightmare.
Aye.
Carried. Item number 8. Frank, you're spending my money. It's for a good cause. Talk to us about the upgrades and new software for our police department's body cameras.
Yes, I was made aware of the addition of the buyback program for the body cameras. This is strongly recommended in today's world. This is a much better body camera, increases our odds of having less breakdowns, longer battery life. It's all around a much better system. Same Panasonic, but this is a time to get in there at $3.99 and buy back. The software upgrade is going to relieve a lot of our woes on, Brad would know more about that, but we have 9 terabyte that we've taken up, and with this new software, them coming in, they pretty much will be able to archive some of this video that has to be saved for court but does not get viewed on a daily basis. So it should save us a lot of room and get rid of a lot of junk files automatically. So that will save us server space in the end, which would save us money down the road for storage.
So this quote of $11,543.22, that's at the cost of $3.99 for the upgrade.
The cameras are the $3.99 per unit, but the software is something that we should have been paying. We bought our cameras from CDWG, and like everything else that you see come across your desk that we pay every year for software updates. We have not paid Panasonic since we bought the initial equipment. So we're quite a bit behind on software updates for the Panasonic system. So now we will actually have somebody that's helping us along. That also includes 2 days of training for Brad and for the police department remotely by their technicians.
So this bottom line down here that talks about includes all project expense, travel time, overnight fees, mileage, installation, and support.
Mm-hmm.
And the total then is $11,543.22.
Correct.
And that's the total bill of this whole thing.
That's the total bill of the whole thing, correct.
Okay. And Leslie, he has more than that in his account of set aside money for.
Capital equipment account,
Yeah,
yes.
I couldn't think of the name of it. Capital equipment. Okay.
Frank, are these the ones that activate when the lights are activated?
Yes.
Okay.
They sync actually with the squad car, and 2 of those body cameras can sync to one, so even with the reserves, and they're going to come later on and purchase with their own money 2 cameras for their unit number 7. So it's all works seamlessly and they can also tag the videos. And he was running down the sheriff's department. I know I've talked to Jeff White in the county and they're kind of leaning towards scrapping their system and going with Panasonic one day also.
Motion to approve.
Support?
Motion with support. Any other questions or comments? Roll call.
Waterman,
Aye.
Crowner,
Aye.
Raleigh,
Aye.
Whitemeyer,
Aye.
Lees.
Aye. Motion approved. Do not have anything about old business. I don't have any more citizens inquiries unless if you want to back up. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we're adjourned. Thank you for coming.